This episode would have been a great ending to the filler, but nope, they're still pushing it on. So what's up, guys? Here with my Naruto Shippuden review for episode 359. Now overall this episode was pretty good. It didn't really rehash the incident at the Uchiha district or anything, so I like how it really just show bits and pieces of what happened, not showing the entire thing. I really love that. They actually put some new content, what happened before it and what happened after it. So first off, at the beginning of the episode, we had Itachi actually becoming an Anbu captain, which was, it's like kind of awesome for his age, because he's only 13 and yet becoming a captain. And he was like the youngest Anbu to actually, become a captain. So that's a great freaking achievement for Itachi right there. And then they had some incidents of Obito actually, well not Obito, but a person sneaking in. Of course, it was Obito. You see him just coming in and out. Almost got caught, but he just left right in time. But Obito was sneaking in and everything. Of course, he uses time-space jutsu to sneak in and out the village very quickly without being detected. So that was kind of smart of Obito in a way. After that, it showed some scene between Sasuke and Naruto. Naruto just trying to pick a fight with Sasuke all the time, and he just evading it. After that, we had Obito actually, well, Kakashi actually walking through the Uchiha district with Guy and them, and just thinking about Obito, thinking about the past. And the freaking Uchiha, they just look at him all mad. They're all antisocial. They're all, I don't want to talk, cause obviously they're planning to revolt against the Leaf Village. So they weren't really talking to anybody. They were kind of mad at the Leaf Village for some reason, for not listening to them or whatever. And they kind of like being to themselves about everything, not even talking to them. So Kakashi obviously noticed that, so he just told the Hiruzen about it. And then whenever him and the councilmen, or council people in there with Danzo, Hiruzen were just talking about stuff. Then the freaking finally Hiruzen finally had an argument with Danzo about we shouldn't make the Uchiha any madder than they already are. We should give them more power, give them a bit more respect and everything, to not make them want to have this revolt against the Leaf Village. So that's kind of smart on his side, but in Danzo's side, he was thinking about, hey, we should limit them, like have them, give them less power. But in a way, they're both kind of equal, because you give them more power, they have more power to actually do more stuff and more bad things. And you give them less power, they have less power, and it just fuel the fire of them wanting to attack the Leaf even more. So either way it went, they were kind of both right. But mostly I think Hiruzen's way would have been the safest, not to make them as mad as they already are. So then we had Itachi actually talking to Obito about helping him out with the Uchiha Massacre and everything. It seemed like Itachi just just got some kind of plan with him, had trust in him and everything, and that's when it actually happened. And then Danzo, after it all happened, after the whole Uchiha Massacre, everybody died and everything, here we have Danzo again saying, oh, Itachi killed Shishui and took his eyes. No, you took one of his eyes. And he's a liar sometimes. I really hate Danzo. He lies so much trying to cover up his tracks, and nobody really cares, because obviously Itachi knew about that and did not tell the third Hokage about that, but he could have whenever he was at the I'll talk about this in a minute. But everything Danzo did just gets away with it like scot-free, and it really pisses me off sometimes. I mean, even though he how do you blame Shishui's death on Itachi? I mean, it was obviously reported to be a suicide, and so that wasn't making any sense to me. So I mean, freaking Danzo just gets on my nerves. And then finally, Hiruzen told Danzo off, told him that he's gonna, disrupt the, foundation, and to wait for further orders on that matter, which is kind of a bit of justice in a way, kind of disrupting the foundation a bit. And I didn't really do much, because I'm probably gonna, not do much to that. So it wasn't really calling him out for what he has done. Basically just, saying, hey, your foundation is basically useless until I decide what I want to do with it. So after that, we had Itachi threatening Danzo. He said, if you lay one finger on Sasuke, I will tell each and every individual enemy village of this incident. And that would obviously cause a huge war. So Itachi was kind of smart for doing that, making sure Danzo didn't hurt Sasuke or do anything to Sasuke that wouldn't be right, and therefore, it would keep him safe for a bit. So that's pretty smart on Itachi's plan. It was pretty badass too. I was just looking at him and saying, I witnessed everything. So that was pretty awesome. So also we had a little ending between Hiruzen and Itachi. Now this was pretty nice, like showing that Hiruzen thought that Itachi was such a nice dude, that he wasn't really a bad guy. So he gave him permission to leave the village and go to the Akatsuki and everything. He even let him have some kind of code that would let him back into the village unauthorized. Well, authorized in a way, yeah, authorized, so he can go check on Sasuke. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, obviously he's in the bingo book, he's labeled as a rogue ninja, and everyone will know what he did. So he obviously cannot be back in the village, and Hiruzen is aware of that, so just letting him leave because, I mean, he had no choice in a way. He had to do everything, and it wasn't his fault. He just tried to be a good person, but in the end, his clan just made some mistakes that couldn't be in his ability to fix. So he had to go ahead and do what he gotta do. And I really appreciate how Hiruzen just let him leave, without any kind of penalties or whatever, and just let him come back whenever he'd like to check on Sasuke. So thumbs up to Hiruzen. He's a good person. I like him, even though he won't call out Danzo on his bullshit. And then at the end of the video, this is why I said that it would have been a great end to the Anbu filler arc, when Kakashi was finally relieved of his Anbu duties. I mean, he was like, whenever he's like, hey, you're becoming a joining leader now, and he was like, what? That's a nice look on his face. He finally becoming like joining leader and everything. So that's pretty nice for Kakashi actually getting out of the Anbu, because it's just making him a bit more sadder and depressed, and a bit more angry and cold-hearted. So it's nice to see that was the reason that he was actually removed from the Anbu. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to thumbs up for Hiruzen being such a nice dude, but not calling out Danzo on his bullshit. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.